Hey guys, this is Haley Radiant, and as you can see from the title of this video, I am back with another tag video. I am so excited, it's been too long. And I was tagged by my good friend Sarah Cubit Diaries, also known as LoveLittleLottie. She does book reviews, movie reviews, TV reviews, all that jazz on Sarah Cubit Diaries, and she also does some voiceover work. So you should definitely check out her channels out. She's awesome and so much fun to talk to. So a while back she tagged me in this tag video that we're going to start today for characters. And she specifically did book characters in her video. And since I don't actually know a lot of book characters to go off by, I'm just going to do characters in general from TV, movies, maybe books, maybe comics. So basically all characters are on the table for this video. And I'm going to try and not be too specific, or at least not go rambling on about them, because I want to keep this in one part video. So without further ado, let's get started. Who is the best kick butt character? So what I see as a kick butt character is someone who can basically do it all. They can kick ass, they can fight crime or something, or they can just stand up to what's wrong in the world, but also be able to express their emotions in a realistic and just vulnerable way. I just like vulnerable characters. They're interesting to see and write about. So I think the one person that I can only think of who checks off all these boxes is Hit Girl from Kick-Ass. I think this character just embodies everything I love about a female character into one. And when I see her in the movies, I haven't read the comics, but when I just see her in the movies, she's like my favorite part. She isn't afraid to be herself and just isn't afraid to just take risks and just basically fight for what's wrong in the world. She's just an amazing kick-ass character. If you haven't checked out the kick-ass movies, they're very fun. They're also very bloody and rated R, so my younger viewers, be wise and maybe wait to watch this. But other than that, such a good movie, such a good character, such a kick-ass character. Which character do you most dislike? Okay, it's super easy to dislike characters, like that one little brat from A Series of Unfortunate Events, or any other characters that you can think of that you hate. But for me, I think the most that you have to dislike a character is that you're supposed to like them. And for me, that's mostly everyone from Famous in Love. If you're not familiar with this show, that's fine. It's not a very good show. I only watch it because I'm insanely curious about the movie industry, and this isn't an accurate depiction of that, but it's the best I can go on. And it really sucks to watch this because almost every single character is just a horrible person, or at least just not very interesting to go on about. And it's just, it really sucks. Because the creator of this made Pretty Little Liars, and in that show, there was a bunch of characters that you cared about, and you cared how they got out of this. And in Famous in Love, you kind of don't. It's kind of like you want to watch something for the characters solely, or at least for some kind of enjoyment from the characters. But here, I only enjoy the show because of the plot. I only care about how the plot's gonna go, how all this is gonna turn out. So, not my favorite group of people, and I pray that at least gets better from here, because they're really hard to watch. I'm not even kidding. If you could date any fictional character, who would it be and why? And as you can see from this question, it was very, 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 very hard to pin down what character I really love. And I can't say Kal-El from Supergirl because that is very obvious because I love him so much. So I wanted to try to dissect this question as, what character has the best qualities I look for in a person and would see maybe going for in the future? And I pinned it down. It's Tony from West Side Story. I love West Side Story. The romance is amazing. The characters are relatable and you get each side. And it's just such a good movie. And musically wise, it's so gorgeous. And Tony is like if you haven't heard the song Maria from Tony's voice, or at least his dub-over artist, it is a beautiful song, one of my favorite songs of all time. It's just sung from a beautiful angel, and it just embodies everything you love about Tony, because he doesn't care like where you come from or exactly, he just falls in love with whoever he falls in love with. And he's willing to fight for what he loves for. And, oh, he's just such an amazing character. I would go on forever, but I want to keep this short. Just know that I love West Side Story. I love Tony from West Side Story. And I would definitely love to date him, if possible, ever. If you could change a character in any way, what would it be? Now, this question was really hard for me because characters never seem out of place sometimes. Or at least I can't exactly say what's out of place for them. So for this, I just basically chose a character that I've been thinking a lot about lately, and that's Phoebe from Friends. Now, I like Phoebe's humor. Like, she gives me a little chuckle every once in a while in Friends. And down the line in the series, she's not exactly fun to talk about or at least see, because she's kind of... See, I would change her as someone who doesn't care too much about the environment, or at least someone who doesn't act like a pretentious person, because I feel like she's way too pretentious for me. But her humor, though, is still really good, and she is not grating all the time. At least, like, 5 out of the 6 Friends are enjoyable to watch. That's good. And, yeah, I don't hate her as much anymore since I've loved dubbing her recently, so she's not the worst, but she's not the best either. What character to you made all the wrong choices that didn't add anything to the material? This question certainly wasn't hard. It's James Olsen from Supergirl. Oh my god, this show has no idea what to do with James Olsen. It's kind of a running gag to me at this point. I mean, they want to turn him into this superhero, the Guardian, and it adds nothing to his character. I mean, what's wrong with being a reporter at Catco? He has a great opportunity there. And what's wrong with being a reporter? That's the same thing he wants to do to help people. Not everyone can be a superhero. I mean, I know there's some shows and movies that say, oh, anyone can be a superhero, but you don't have to be an exact superhero if you don't have the necessities. And James Olsen, I don't think, has the necessities. He's a reporter. He's a journalist. He's not a crime-fighting superhero with the weird mask thing. No, that's not what James Olsen is at all. Let the superheroes, Supergirl and Martian Manhunter, be the superheroes of the show. James, I love ya, but let the crime fighting go to Supergirl and Martian Manhunter. That's my 2 cents in it. Let's move on. Which character was the best villain whom you love to hate? I'm assuming this is meaning which character do you just love to hate on? And that for me is King Robert from The Royals. If you haven't checked out The Royals, it's basically Famous in Love, if more entertaining and much better characters. So basically, if Famous in Love was done right from a royalty perspective. I love The Royals. It's such a fun show. And King Robert right now, he's just someone I love to hate on, or at least hate and also love at the same time, because he's trying to... I don't want to spoil anything, but right now he's just... It's really hard to hate him in one moment and then love him in the next. It's just... He's a really dynamic character, and it really helps that this actor who plays him is really... He knows what he's doing. I just love to hate on him, but also love to love him when he does something right. Or at least tries to do something right. I don't know, he just really fascinates me as a character. Favorite sidekick character with the most heart? I think the best character who's a sidekick with the most heart has to be Win from Supergirl. I really, really love Win. Every time he's on screen, my attention goes full blown. Give me some Win. Oh my god, I love Win. His backstory, perfect. His chemistry with all the characters, perfect. His lines, oh my gosh, I love Win. And it helps a lot, kind of, that he's played by Jeremy Jordan, who I love so, so much. Check me out on social media. I always love talking about Jeremy Jordan. Oh my gosh, I just love Win. He's my favorite sidekick, definitely with the most heart. And I can't wait to see how his story goes in Supergirl. He's just so good. You guys gotta check it out just for him. He's so much fun. I love Win. What is your favorite fictional romantic relationship? So I'm gonna kind of refuse to answer this one completely because I love many romantic relationships, all for different reasons, and I again want to keep this short, so I'm just gonna describe like what kind of character relationships I go for. So basically I love characters who love each other like crazy, willing to die for one another, fantastic fun and romantic chemistry, couples that don't have to make so much bullshit mistakes to piss off the audience just for drama's sake, and basically just always fun to hang around with on screen. Yeah, that's basically all I'm gonna say for that, so yeah. What character did you think was the strongest? I think what makes the strongest character is basically how their overall arc goes together. And I think the strongest character I can see is Prince Zuko from Avatar. This character is just amazing to just think about and analyze. His entire arc throughout the show is redemption, and you really feel for him every single time, and he's a relatable character. He's not afraid to get angry when he's supposed to be a good guy. He's a really fun character and definitely very strong from his arc, and I'm so proud of him. And just thinking about him makes me so emotional because I'm just so happy that he was able to fight the odds and basically remain on top throughout all the hardship in his life. He's definitely the strongest character I can think of. And finally, best protagonist. I try to think of so many protagonists to think of this for this last question, and it kept coming back to Kara Danvers, aka Supergirl. I know I talk about this character like all the time on social media and just how she's just so much like me and just but guys, she's just what I see as like the perfect superhero. She's a strong hero, she's a kick-ass hero, she's a vulnerable hero, she's everyone's hero that we all want to see nowadays. She's just the one for me. And when I see her just falling down and feeling hopeless, I always hope that she rises up in the best way possible and just gives us the biggest punch as she always does. I love Kara Danvers. I'm gonna just stop here before I get emotional or just ramble on about Kara Danvers. She is my hero, my protagonist. She's just the best to me and probably always will be. So that is it for this tag. This was a very fun tag to talk about and get insanely passionate about for some reason. And thank you so much to LoveLittleLottie for tagging me in this video. I had a lot of fun talking about what I see in characters, what annoys me, what doesn't annoy me, what I love about them, what I don't love about them. And I'm not going to exactly tag anyone, so if you just stumble across this video, give it a try. It's super fun to just go on about what you guys see in characters, and I'd love to see them, so send them my way. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!